Imagine waking up in a world where your choices are your own. No one dictates what you can or can't do. No one controls your success or your failures. Every step you take is a result of your own ambition, your own hard work, and your own decisions. In this world, money is not the enemy. It's not the root of all evil, as we've been told. Instead, it is the tool of freedom. Ayn Rand, a philosopher, novelist, and an advocate for individualism, understood something profound that most people overlook. She saw money not as something corrupt, but as a symbol of personal liberty. Money is not just paper. It's the greatest tool humanity has ever created to allow individuals to live freely. But why, then, do we grow up hearing that money is the root of all evil? Why do we demonize the wealthy and assume that the pursuit of money is inherently selfish or immoral? If anything, money, when earned honestly, is one of the most moral tools we have. Let's unpack that. Let's start with the first truth. Money is not evil. It is, in fact, a tool. In Rand's philosophy, money represents the value that you've created in the world. It's not about greed, manipulation, or exploitation. It's about exchange. If you create something valuable, whether it's an idea, a product, or a service, and someone else agrees to pay you for it, that transaction is a voluntary agreement between two people. The person paying you recognizes that what you've created has real value. Money, then, becomes the measure of that value. Now let's get real for a moment. Most of us have been taught since we were children that money is inherently corrupt. It's something to be ashamed of. And when we see people with lots of money, we often assume they got it by cheating the system or taking advantage of others. But what if the opposite were true? What if money was actually a reflection of your ability to create, contribute, and give value to others? What if the more money you make, the more you've done to better the world? Because let's face it, every person who earns money has, in some way, solved a problem, met a need, or provided something people value. Think about the tech giants who revolutionized the world with innovations like smartphones, social media, or artificial intelligence. These aren't just people making money, they're creating massive change. And while they get wealthy in the process, it's the value they've provided that allows them to succeed. In Rand's view, this isn't something to resent, it's something to admire. Ayn Rand didn't hate the rich. She hated the looters. Who are they? They are the people who seek to gain wealth without creating anything of value. They're the ones who manipulate the system, take advantage of others, and use coercion, guilt, or force to take what they didn't build. These looters, in Rand's view, are the real threat to a free society. It's not the people who create value and build empires. It's the people who use government force, pity, or guilt to redistribute wealth. These are the people who want to take from those who earned money and give it to those who haven't. In today's world, we see this corruption everywhere. Big corporations often exploit tax loopholes or leverage government bailouts to secure profits without contributing to the economy in any meaningful way. This is a direct violation of Rand's belief in value-for-value exchange. The looters aren't working hard to create, they're just taking what others have earned. And what about politicians who claim to fight for the common man while making backroom deals with lobbyists? What about charities that exist not to help people, but to perpetuate their own power and influence? These individuals distort the concept of money. They want to redistribute wealth not based on merit or value, but on force or manipulation. In doing so, they destroy the core foundation of a free market. The idea that individuals should trade based on their own needs and values, not because they've been coerced or guilted into it. At the heart of Rand's philosophy is the belief that money is freedom. It's the key to independence. When you control your money, you control your life. No one can tell you what to do, where to work, or how to spend your time. For Rand, the true moral act is to earn money, to create something, and to stand in control of your own life. In a truly free market, money becomes a reflection of your ability to meet needs. Whether it's creating a product, starting a business, or offering a service that makes life better for others. In a world where money is earned, there are no victims. There are no parasites. There are no deserving people waiting for someone else to give them a handout. Everyone in a free society has the ability to earn based on their efforts and abilities. Now, let's think about how this applies to today's world. We live in a time where technology has made it easier than ever to create wealth. From building an online business to creating digital content or investing in the stock market, the opportunities to earn money on your own terms have never been more accessible. You can work from anywhere, create value for people across the world, and generate income based on your own ideas and ambitions. That's freedom. And the best part? Money is the fuel for that freedom. But there's another side to this freedom that Rand also addresses: responsibility. With the freedom to earn comes the responsibility to create something of real value. In a truly free market, people don't get to cheat the system. They have to earn their success through integrity, hard work, and innovation. There's a paradox that exists when we talk about money and morality. For so long, we've been taught that those who pursue wealth are somehow less moral, greedy, selfish, or shallow. But in truth, it's the people who earn their wealth who are contributing the most to society. Think about the world's greatest creators, innovators, and leaders. From Steve Jobs and Elon Musk to Oprah Winfrey and Mark Zuckerberg, these are people who didn't sit around waiting for someone else to hand them a paycheck. They went out into the world and created something meaningful, and the world rewarded them. In Rand's eyes, this wasn't about greed. It was about recognizing that the world operates on a system of trade, and money is the ultimate expression of that trade. When you create value, you receive money in exchange. That's how the world works. And yet, we still see the narrative around money as something bad. The rich get richer, we say, as if there's something inherently wrong with it. But what if we reframe the narrative? What if the focus wasn't on the wealth itself, but on how that wealth is earned, on how it was created? This shift in thinking can change everything. So, how do we apply this to our own lives? How do we live a life that's free from the chains of manipulation, guilt, and victimhood? It starts by recognizing that money is a tool for freedom. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's something to embrace. The more you earn, the more control you have over your own life. And the more you create, the more you contribute to society. Ayn Rand's philosophy calls us to create, to innovate, to take responsibility for our own success. And when we do that, we stop waiting for handouts, stop depending on others, and stop living under the illusion of fairness. Instead, we embrace the reality that money is earned through hard work, value creation, and the willingness to take risks. So, let go of the guilt, let go of the fear, embrace the power of money as a tool for freedom. Earn it, keep it, spend it wisely, and use it to create a life that's yours. If this message resonated with you, and you believe in the power of money to create freedom, subscribe to Jandox. Like this video, share it with others who still cling to the old narrative about money, and stay tuned for more content on how to take control of your life and create lasting value.